Alright guys, haven't made a video in a while. Not really good at this stuff, but kind of wanted to document the process of this build here, because not a lot of people have full builds on these C1500 pickup trucks that are more in depth. I mean, everybody shows you the finished product and them running them at the track, but nobody really shows you how they got there. Well, this is my 1995 Chevy C1500. Bought this truck a while back from a buddy, and had a 4.3 V6 automatic in it, base model truck. And when I bought it, I had planned on doing something like this, but it's taking longer than expected, but everything does. But anyway, to start off, this is, like I said, it's my 95 C1500. Right now, I got a Cadillac front clip on it because I had that stuff laying around, and it's just a cool little 90s throwback thing. I'm going to paint the whole truck black eventually. I just think it looks good. It's got the gold engine in it. It's a 6-liter LS. 243 heads, flat top pistons, head studs instead of bolts. I mean, nothing special really. The rings are gapped. It's got a trunnion upgrade kit, sloppy stage 2 cam. Nothing too crazy. It's got, of course, Gen 4 internals. It's a 2005 engine, so it has Gen 4 rods. I just got a cheap set of eBay pistons in it. I think they were like, I don't even remember, like $400 for a set of them maybe. And I had a local guy here put it together for me, and like I said, I love the way it looks and stuff. Like I said, but back to what I was saying, the engine's going to be gold. It's going to have gold drag wheels on it. Truck's going to be black. Hopefully it'll be pretty good looking when it's done. But I really don't care too much about looks, as I'm more about go than I am about show. So, but I picked up a set of sport mirrors at a swap meet for it. Camper topper's not staying on it. I've got it from my other truck. It's just I'm not using it right now, so it's sat on this one. Swapped it over to a it's not going to be 6-lug. I got to take these axles out, get the holes welded up, and get them re-drilled to small bolt Chevy so I can find some drag wheels for it. But anyway, it's a 14-bolt semi-floater rear end in it out of like a the lighting's bad, but out of like a early 90s heavy half-ton truck is what they call them, I guess. It was a 6-lug half-ton 2-wheel drive truck. Pulled it out of a junkyard for like $150. Got a C-notched rear end, axle flip. I'm gonna pick up some cow tracks for it. I was gonna go coil over, but it's just too expensive right now. I think it's just more simple. I'm not a fabricator by any means, so it's just more simple for me to bolt on some cow tracks for what I want to do. The interior right now, the bed's not even bolted on. You can tell by the lines. It's just sitting on there because I've still got to do some more work. I'm going to order a rear disc conversion by Cunningham Machine for the rear end, because then I don't have to worry about, it's a semi-floating axle, so the axles are just held in by the C-clips. And I would like to do the disc brake conversion, not only to help with stopping, but to hold the axle in case the axle ever broke. But anyway, the interior right now, completely gutted. The reason I completely gutted is because I wanted to clean it and take it to somebody to get a roll cage put in, and I figured it'd be a lot easier for them to do it without an interior in it. It also saves a lot of weight. I'm not exactly sure what direction I'm going to go with the interior. I don't know. Obviously it's going to have racing seats in it, and I think I'm going to do an aftermarket dash in it. I don't know yet on that. I'm not sure if I'm going to put all the body panels back or not, or just leave it a shell, full drag truck. Door panels will stay on it because, I mean, it would look bad with hollow doors. But anyway, and then I've got a turbo 400 transmission I need to get dropped off to get built. I'm going to run trans brake, fully manual valve body, reverse shift pattern, just full drag build. But I don't have a lot of money, so stuff's taking its time. I think I'm going to leave the front suspension stock. I have cut springs in the front, so I'm probably going to take and put factory springs back in the front and do a drop spindle so it's more safe. I really want to do a rack and pinion front steering, but can't afford the $2,000 to put into that. And I'm not a fabricator, so I couldn't really do it myself. So probably going to convert it to a manual gearbox, manual brakes. I heard Cunningham Machine actually is coming out with something here soon. They wanted somebody to do some testing. Would have loved to have done it, but the truck's not going to be running for a while. For the motor mounts, this is actually something I really did want to talk about because nobody has any videos on this. I wanted a solid motor mount just to keep stuff from flexing so much, and so I can mount my turbos to the frame. This will be a twin turbo. I'll show you those in a second. I didn't want the turbos to be flexing and stuff like that and have a lot of weight moving around. I want to be able to mount the turbos, brace them to the frame if I needed to, and not have to worry about them breaking or anything like that. But I just used these. I had these adapter plates laying around, like $20, $25. I know stuff's went up because of COVID, but they were like $25. Used those, used a stock clamshell mount. I had to modify the inside of them. I cut the hump out. And then actually I stuck them over the V6 mounts. They fit perfectly over the V6 mounts without any modification. And I stuck a metal tubing spacer in there so you could tighten it without it crimping together. So these are actually, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, that is a really good, super cheap, solid motor mount option for these trucks. I thought about moving the motor back further, but I would love to do like some drag weeks with this truck in the future. So I want the motor to be, I want to be able to get to these bell housing bolts super easy if push comes to shove and I need to. So I can swap out motors quick if I needed to, or something like that, or service the motor, whatever I need to do. I want to be able to do it quickly and efficiently. Other thing I want to talk about is, as far as I'm concerned, as far as I know, there's only one other person running this intake that I'm going to be running with turbos, and that's the Sloppy Mechanics page, and he's not done with it yet. So me and him could be the first ones, as far as I know, of running the Holley Sniper dual plenum intake with twin turbos. I think it's going to look freaking sweet. I've got up and forward turbo headers. This is just a mock-up motor I have. I'm just mocking everything up on it, getting it things where I want it. But I think it's going to look really sweet with twin turbos hanging off of it, going, whether go down into an intercooler, I'm going to run individual intercoolers for each turbo, and then up into 102 millimeter throttle bodies. I picked up this intake. I would not pay $1,300 for this intake. Great intake. I don't think it's worth $1,300, but maybe somebody else does. I gave this $660 for this at a swap meet, and it came with the intake and with the fuel rails. The only thing it did not come with was the mounting hardware, gaskets, and I'm seeing that people that have these tie together things that go across. I don't know if that actually comes with the kit or not, or if that's just for display purposes, but I bought some aluminum flat bar here so I can make something tied together so I can just sit it back on there and it won't be in two pieces like it is now. But I'm running some cheap. I think I gave maybe $100 for this pair of up and forward headers off eBay. The problem I'm running into with them, and why I don't have my turbos on the truck yet, is all the holes line up perfectly except these two holes. You can see that hole needs to be opened up a little bit, and that hole needs to be opened up a little bit too. Like I said, I gave $100 for them. I don't mind spending a little bit of time with the drill and getting things where they bolt together. Like I said, this one so I've got it here using it for a mock-up motor. I've got the holes lined up. My transmission is right here. It's just a short tail shaft, turbo 400 out of, I have no idea. I gave $100 for it off Marketplace. Just wanted it for a core so that I can have something to build. Still not sure if I'm going to get it one built or if I'm just going to order one offline. So, but at least I have this option here. But yeah, like I said, this truck, my goal is to run in the 8s with this truck in the quarter mile. It'd be nice. Honestly, I've never owned anything that fast. Never drove anything that fast. So we're going to start somewhere and work our way to where we're comfortable, and instead of just jumping in head first. Also, my turbos here's one of them. My other one's still put up, but I got these at a swap meet also. Pretty sure they're just eBay turbos. I gave $400 for them used. They don't have a lot of miles on them. The guy ran them on a 572 big block Chevelle, and I bought them off of them for $400 at a swap meet, both of them, which I know you can get them new for $200 each, but these came with these elbows already, 2 V-bands, and the wastegate already welded onto them. So, like I said, I'm not a fabricator, so that works out super, super good for me. All I got to do is bolt stuff together. I've had them mocked up on the truck before already, and they're going to fit great. Still got to decide. I've got a 99 to 06 core support, because I was going to run 99 to 06 radiator and fans, electric fans in this. So I thought about maybe making a way to make that work, but those core supports are actually aluminum, so I couldn't weld anything together. So I think I'm just gonna use this radiator, or this core support, and find some way to make the radiator work. My intercoolers have plenty of room. My transcooler will have plenty of room. My turbos actually sit like halfway through that right there. So I might have to run a thinner radiator than I would like. I've got a 98 C1500 that's also on the channel that I'm running a 454 SS radiator in, which is a thicker radiator, but not sure exactly which direction I'm going to go with that yet. But yeah, like I said, this is progress so far on it. Just wanted to document the progress on it. And I'm actually here also, one other thing. I'm making my own shaved valve covers. Right now I've got the little tits or whatever you want to call them knocked off from the coil mount brackets. And I've got some JB weld. I'm going to fill these in and paint these gold to put on the truck. Just because I believe I'm going to mount with those headers. Spark plug wires are already an issue, and I think I'm going to do a remote mount coil setup and mount my coils somewhere else. I'm not 100% sure yet where yet. If I go to manual brakes, I'll probably run coils here and then coils over there just to make it look symmetric. Kind of OCD about that stuff. But yeah, like I said, if you guys have any questions about it or any advice, recommendations, stuff like that, just shoot them down in the comments below, and I'm willing to listen. This is a first-time build for me, and I'd like any advice I could get. But thanks for watching, guys, and I'll try to keep you guys updated.